Hey guys, it's your girl Tactical Pinup, and the reason why I am doing this video today is because I was inspired by a YouTuber by the name of Lacey Green. She just recently did a video on kind of her struggle with depression, and I am so inspired by that video and just how authentic she was. So I decided that because I'm struggling in my own life right now, and I've been in a pretty dark place for the last week or so, that I wanted to make my own video to my viewers on Twitch, as well as future viewers or people out on YouTube or whoever wants to watch this video. I decided I wanted to make this video about my struggle with depression and to live openly and honestly, which is what I strive to do with my life. So if you guys haven't checked out Lacey Green already, please do. Her information will be down below in the info section of this video. So seriously, go check her out, follow her on YouTube, subscribe. She's awesome, totally worth it. I hope she sees this someday. She probably won't, but if she does, Lacey, you are amazing and a brave individual, and thank you so much for doing everything that you do. So anyway, sorry, I just had to have my fangirl moment over Lacey for a second. I have struggled with depression for a very long time. I was diagnosed probably when I was like 12 or 13 with depression, and I was also diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. I had been diagnosed with an eating disorder, as well as I struggled with self-mutilation. I was a cutter, and I hid a lot of that from the world. I was one of those people that would always fix other people's problems but couldn't take my own advice to save my soul. I was a fixer, and there were many times in my life where I'd rather hurt myself than hurt anybody else around me. And I had a very poor self-image. There were days I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't take a compliment. I couldn't be proud of who I was. I actually genuinely, when I would see myself in the mirror, I actually, at one point in my life, could say that I actually hated myself. I detested every little aspect of my life and who I was and how I looked. And I was so hateful towards myself, you know. And it's ebbed and it's flowed throughout my life, and it's gotten better since I'm older, you know, and I've been self-mutilation free now for about 9 years, which has been awesome. And I try and talk to young girls and young men as well who deal with cutting themselves and whatnot. I try and help because I want to take a very negative situation and turn it positive, and that you don't have to be destructive towards yourself. But that being said, I mean, I still struggle to this day. I still have bad weeks. I still have time where when I'm in one of these depressive episodes, for me, it feels like I have a gaping wound in my chest that people can look at me and see right through me, and that it feels so hollow, and just I feel so like there's this huge void in me. I feel the deepest sadness, to the point where I don't know what it's like to be happy anymore. It hurts to smile. It hurts to laugh. even there are times where I've been so depressed that literally even human contact, somebody giving me a hug, was painful. It was painful. And it comes from the self-loathing and then you know, the poor self-image. And it's taken me years to fight for that positivity and to be able to look myself in the mirror now and say, you know what, I really do care about you. I really do love myself. You know, being able to do that has been one of the most freeing things that I've experienced. But I still struggle. This past week has been incredibly difficult, and I've spent many days in tears, and I've tried to kind of force the happiness and force that appearance, and I know that it's come off in my content on my stream, and I just want to apologize for that, because I don't like being fake. I try and be as real and live my life as authentically as possible, and when the depression gets that bad, it's hard. I mean, I found myself this past week trying to come up with reasons to even get out of bed in the morning, and I couldn't. And I ended up hurting some people in my life unintentionally, but I ended up hurting them because I left them in the dark. They had no idea what was going on and couldn't understand. And that was because of shame and just not being able to articulate where I was at. And thank God I just want to give out a shout out to my Convergence family and them talking to me through what I was going through. You know, I have an amazing chosen family. I grew up in a very broken home with a lot of emotional and physical violence. And so due to my family not being able to be what I need them to be, I have this amazing chosen family. And that's been one of the best resources that I've had with dealing with depression, is being able to reach out to these amazing people who love me and will not judge me, and being able to talk and be free and get it out. If any of you guys are struggling with depression, I would say get it out of you. Get it on paper. Get it out. Talk to somebody. For the love of God, talk to somebody. Because if you let that sit inside you, if you hold it in and just let it consume you and roll around inside of you, the end result is never good, and it just gets worse. So please, talk to somebody. Talk to a friend, a counselor, a parent, whoever you feel like you can trust that'll help you. Talk to them. You know, it's difficult, but if we continue as a society to shame people for reaching out and getting help for depression, if we continue to treat them as if they're weird, or if we continue to treat them as if they shouldn't be reaching out and getting help, it's only going to put more lives at risk. It's only going to perpetuate the stereotypes. It's only going to make things worse. So the more people that step up and talk about it, the better it'll become. It's hard to admit to this kind of stuff and to put it out here so publicly, but I feel like I need to encourage people that this happens and you're not alone. You are not going through this by yourself, and you don't have to feel like that. There are people out there that struggle just like you do, and it doesn't make them a bad person, and it doesn't make them a freak or anything like that. There are so many of us that struggle with this. You are not alone. You are a beautiful person, and I hope that this video will give you strength and encourage you to reach out to others. I'm very blessed to have the people I have in my life. And, you know, I just, you know, life, you get stronger as you learn to deal with depression. You get stronger. I don't always like the "it gets better" kind of slogan, because I don't necessarily know if it gets better, but it gets different. And you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to deal with depression and anxiety, and you get stronger, and you learn more coping skills that are healthier. And you know, it's part of life. So now that I've kind of been rambling for a little while, I'm going to put some links down below, not just to Lacey's, but I'm also going to put links to some suicide prevention hotlines, some information on how to get help if you are dealing with an eating disorder or cutting. One of the biggest things that helped me with the eating disorder was reading a book called A Life Without Ed. It is about a young woman's struggle with dealing with her eating disorder and kind of looking at it as an abusive relationship. That was a fantastic read for me. Also a book called Cut. That was also a fantastic book for me to be able to relate to. So I'll put the information and the Amazon links down below to get those. But yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'll try and respond to them. Also follow me on social media, and just know that you guys are not alone, and it's okay to ask for help. And I think you guys are all amazing and beautiful individuals, and I know that my life would be a little less bright if I didn't have all of you guys in it. So thank you. And thank you for letting me create this video, and thank you for watching, and I love you guys. So I will see you guys either on the live broadcast on Twitch or in the next YouTube video.